The neighbor's sister is a billion-dollar cold and aloof CEO. But tonight, she actually came to my door in a silk nightgown. My brother's sister's place has lost power, and I am really scared. Meanwhile, her rival, known as the twin pillars of the business world, is currently being interviewed live. The host is stirring the pot in front of the camera. With a smile, he prompts him to call his sister Liu Ruyan to confirm their rumored business relationship as both rivals and allies. The call got through quickly. There was no sound from Liu Ruyan on the line. Instead, I found myself remembering the man's teasing tone. Mr. Liu is still up this late. He is probably scheming on how to take over my company. It is Lu Zi, and I instantly froze in my spot, feeling awkward and completely at a loss. I could feel all the eyes in the live stream on me, but Liu Ruyan seemed completely unconcerned. She reached over and snatched the last strawberry from my bowl, mumbling, while chewing, yelling at the phone I was holding. "Hey there, kiddo. Can you pause the movie for a second? You are stepping on my hair." The moment the words were spoken, the interview was abruptly cut off. The trending topic blew up in an instant. According to outside rumors, the ruthless and cold female overlord is actually snuggled up at a little pup's place, acting all cute. According to outside rumors, the ruthless and cold female overlord is actually snuggled up at a little pup's place, acting all cute. The live stream chat went completely wild. The screen was flooded with wow and question marks. It nearly froze the screen in place. The host nearly dropped his jaw onto the table. My smile felt frozen, just like a silly wax statue. On the other end of the line was Lu Zi, that perfectly disguised gentleman's facade. At last, a crack showed up. The teasing tone disappeared in an instant. My head was buzzing. Blood surged to my head. I was flustered and tried to hang up, worried about making another awkward scene. But then a thin, icy hand, out of nowhere. I was swatted away. Liu Ruyan, valued at hundreds of billions. A businesswoman who can promote people in the boardroom. Right now, she is in my old t-shirt, nestled cross-legged on my couch. She lounges like a bored cat. He grabbed the phone suddenly. His voice on the line has, barely hiding his impatience and issuing an undeniable command. He sounds busy. Just as he finished, a beep sound came. He brusquely shut down the financial live stream that had the hearts of countless stockholders and gossipers at stake, and the eager gossiping crowd, as if he just casually swatted away a buzzing fly, and casually tossed the phone back into my arms. She appeared totally oblivious to what she had just done. A truly earth-shattering event. With a frown, he complained, "What are you waiting for? Pause the movie. Are we still going to watch it? My hair is really a mess." I glanced down. Her long jet-black hair flowed like satin. Sure enough, a strand was pinned down by my arm. My heart raced wildly, pounding against my ribs. I carefully shifted my arm away. I didn't even dare to let my fingertips brush against her silky ends. I was terrified of disturbing this rare moment of tranquility. In the next moment, my phone began to vibrate uncontrollably. The screen showed Lin Wan, Liu Ruyan's closest friend and chief secretary. I had just swiped to pick up the call. Lin Wan's excitement and frantic screams burst forth, pierced right through the eardrum. "Liu Ruyan, have you completely lost it? Everyone online is digging up who Xiaocheng is now. You are pushing me to my limits." Liu Ruyan snatched the phone from my hand. Her brow furrowed, as if she was interrupted during a movie. She spoke in a nonchalant tone. "It is just a name. Why make such a fuss?" With that, she decisively hung up the phone. The living room fell silent. In an instant, only the murmurs of the movie characters on the screen could be heard. He finally turned his head to face me. In his sharp, knife-like phoenix eyes that were so keen at the mall, a flicker of nervousness and regret flashed through. Unnoticed even by him, he gently asked if he had frightened me. I shook my head, gazing at his face so close to mine. I looked at her nose, slightly flushed from just having showered. The turmoil in my heart was instantly subdued by a secret feeling, and a wild joy was tightly held down. Everyone online is searching for me, yet I am the only one who knows. The legendary icy female CEO is currently curled up on my little shabby sofa because I accidentally sat on her hair and she got upset. But before long, 3 more trending topics emerged. Jinghao and Liu Ruyan are hiding a beauty in a golden house. Jinghao, the twin pillars of the business world. Jinghao, who is this small town? Jinghao, I know it clearly, a huge trouble is coming. But the trouble revolves around her. It is willing to be in front of me. The witch who lowers all her defenses. Overnight, I became the enemy of the entire internet. After Lu Zi's live broadcast, his incredibly efficient public relations team immediately stepped down and guide public opinion. All my information has been completely exposed. Just graduated at 23 years old. Parents are ordinary wage earners. Just a plain ID picture. At the dinner party, attended by netizens and Liu Ruyan, a high-fashion gown photo, edited together. The headline is in eye-catching, red letters. Let's investigate the sugar baby of the billionaire, female CEO. The comments are hard to bear. LOL. This looks just delicate. What kind of taste does CEO Liu have? You can tell he is a Phoenix man wanting to take it easy for 20 years. His tactics are impressive. He has already moved in. The repulsive visage of someone with ulterior motives. Mr. Liu, please wake up. I was fixated on the filthy words on the screen. I was met with a chilling insult. I couldn't care less, but they said. Liu Ruyan was fooled by a handsome guy. The prestige of the Far Star Group is about to be tarnished. I simply can't stand watching his company fall apart. In the late hours, the PR director of Liu Ruyan reached out to me. His tone was courteous, but rather detached. Mr. Cheng recommends that you stay out of sight for now. The legal team will release a statement. They will describe your relationship with Mr. Liu as just that of ordinary neighbors. The aim is to keep the influence of public opinion to a minimum. Just as he was about to finish, Liu Ruyan grabbed the phone. He immediately switched to speaker mode. His voice was icy cold. Ordinary neighbors. What's wrong with me being at his place? The PR director on the other end was caught off guard. After a moment, he managed to talk Mr. Liu down. Right now, public opinion is really working against you. This will just add fuel to the fire. Let him face the music. Then, Liu Ruyan flatly rejected the PR proposal. There was an undeniable strength in her tone. So, based on what you are saying, should I still? Are you suggesting I cut ties with him and throw him out? He hung up the phone right after saying that, not even waiting for a reply. He just hung up the phone. He took a seat next to me. He took my phone and went through the messages one by one. Those hurtful comments. The atmosphere in the room felt like it had frozen, and he remained silent, but his gaze gradually turned colder. That chilling, deadly aura. It was something I had only seen in financial news. The look he had when he was leading the Yuansheng group. My throat felt tight, and I spoke softly. Sis, maybe I should move out for a bit. Don't let me be a burden to you. He abruptly turned his head to face me. I noticed his eyes were slightly reddened. There was a hint of unnoticed grievance in his voice. You don't trust my sincerity, not giving me a chance to respond. He snatched the phone away. His fingers flew over the screen. I noticed he logged into a Weibo account I had never seen before. It had only a handful of fans. He typed 3 words and hit send. The strawberries at my place are really sweet. The picture is of the bowl of strawberries on my coffee table. And there are his delicate, jade-like fingers holding a strawberry. His fingers are slender and beautiful like jade. It has no location tag and no extra explanation. But the background of that photo is actually my home. That hideously ugly floral sofa cover is just awful. You can tell right away that it's at my place. This Weibo post was quickly uncovered by the savvy netizens. It ignited a wave of new discussions in no time. Some people called him love-struck. Some called me cunning and calculating. But there were even more comments like, "Wow, sister, you're so spoiled." This is a bold stance against public opinion. I don't care. This drama is just too sweet to resist. President Liu is fiercely protective, and I love that. Liu Ruyan switched off her phone and handed it back to me. She looked at me like a kid who had just won a victory. His tone carried a touch of smugness. What's there to fear? If the sky falls, I'll support you. His domineering way of protecting others instantly polarized public opinion. What started as one-sided insults gradually evolved into polarized opposition. Liu Zi obviously didn't anticipate him being this tough. He was taken aback by his unconventional style and took a while to process it. The following day, his team swiftly retaliated. They set up what they called an exclusive interview. During the live stream, Liu Zi appeared in a suit. He had a heartbroken look, deeply concerned for his friend. Mr. Liu is really quite naive. I'm just concerned he might be taken advantage of by those with hidden agendas. The host spoke at that moment and location. Is Mr. Liu talking about that Mr. Cheng? Mr. Liu let out a sigh. He casually dropped a bombshell. After all, the recent Heavenly Script project of Far Star is vital. At this crucial juncture, any little disturbance could lead to incalculable losses. He took a moment to pause. The camera zoomed in on him. His eyes reflected pain, and his words carried weight. I heard that Mr. Cheng's college major is actually related to virtual reality technology. And the core of the Heavenly Book project is exactly in this field. There is no need to elaborate. The implication is already quite clear. Commercial spy hit like a bombshell. It caused a huge stir online. Jing Hao is a commercial spy. Jing Hao's toxic reputation is soaring rapidly. It soon eclipsed the previous kept man image. The nature has undergone a complete transformation. It has escalated from scandalous gossip to serious commercial crimes. My personal details and my undeveloped independent game project were unfairly connected to online rumors, alleging that I had stolen ideas from Liu's company and rebranded them as my own work to get closer to Liu Ruyan. Some even claimed I was an undercover agent sent by Liu's rival company. The goal is to bring down the Tianshu project. Various conspiracy theories are becoming more and more rampant and intense. Various groups gathered downstairs at the Far Star Group, journalists and investors who came in response to the news. Some even raised banners. The black text on a white background is incredibly glaring. Yancheng Commercial Insider, sincerely return my hard-earned money. My phone was blown up. The university mentor also called. He did not blame. It is merely a sigh filled with complexity. Chengyi, you are the student I have the highest hopes for. Young people should definitely avoid going down the wrong path. Not even he believes me. I can't argue my case, and I feel cold all over. My heart is filled with a surge of anger and helplessness. I poured 3 years of effort into that game. It was created through sleepless nights and tireless effort. The child is in no way connected to the Tianshu project, yet now, he has become the proof of my hidden agenda. Just when I felt like I was about to drown in this sea of malice, I received a call from Liu Ruyan. Her voice was unusually cold, yet there was a barely noticeable tremor in it. Chengyi stayed home and locked the door securely. As I waited for my return, this matter wouldn't be so easy to put off. At the same time, the stock price of the Far Star Group started to drop slightly. The company merely released a bland official statement, claiming that the rumors spreading online are false. They reserve the right to pursue legal action. This statement has been ridiculed all over the internet. They attacked Liu Ruyan for her weakness and inability to act. She couldn't protect the ones she cares about. Liu Zi felt that Liu Ruyan was completely helpless. He shared a group photo on his social media. The photo showed his father and Liu Ruyan's father from their youth. The caption hinted at an approaching storm, wishing that someone would make the right choice. The suggestion of a palace coup was clear. He even began secretly gathering a few minor shareholders from Yuan Xing, getting ready for the upcoming board meeting. The mishandling of a significant public opinion crisis has put pressure on Liu Yan. I'm burning with anxiety. The financial news refreshes daily. Watching Yuan Xing's stock price steadily drop, my heart feels like it is frying in hot oil. However, Liu Ruyan is surprisingly calm. He simply called me. There was no emotion in his voice. Please sincerely send me that game demo in an encrypted format. I was taken aback. That is the culmination of all my efforts. It includes all the core codes and architecture that haven't been made public. If it gets leaked, all my hard work from the last 3 years will be ruined. But it is Liu Ruyan on the other end of the line. She's the one who has always gone all out to protect me. I didn't hesitate at all. I immediately said, okay. I packed and encrypted the demo that holds all my dreams and future. I hit send. The moment the email was sent successfully, I feel a void in my heart. Yet, I have an inexplicable certainty. I trust him. A few minutes later, my phone buzzed. It was a reply from Liu Ruyan. It contained just 2 words. Trust me. Meanwhile, Lin Wan was also hard at work. He tapped into all his family connections. Like a top private investigator, he frantically searched for dirt on Liu Zi Company. At last, he uncovered the key evidence. It was a blockbuster, a project that Liu Zi Company launched when it went public last year. The patent for its core technology is allegedly plagiarized from Silicon Valley, the accomplishments of an obscure small company. The evidence is solid and beyond dispute. The weekend is when the Liu family has their family gathering. I assumed Liu Ruyan would go on her own. I was surprised when he suddenly showed up at my door. He presented me with a set of tailored suits. His tone left no room for doubt. Get changed and come with me. I stared at him in disbelief. He just shoved me straight into the changing room. His eyes held a trace of a determination I just couldn't grasp. The Liu family's mansion is grand and opulent, yet the atmosphere is stifling, making it hard to catch my breath. The moment I stepped into the living room, every relative's gaze felt like a spotlight, sweeping over me from side to side. Some looked on with curiosity, others with contempt. And there were judgmental glances from the Shen family, and an open display of dissatisfaction. Each stare made me feel so uneasy. The atmosphere was suffocating, making it hard to catch a breath. The relatives kept casting glances over me from all directions. Their looks ranged from scrutinizing to disdainful, and blatant criticism that showed no attempt to hide itself. Each glance felt like a sharp needle piercing through me. At last, one aunt took the lead in breaking the silence. She cast a seemingly concerned glance at Liu Ruyan, yet beneath her tone lay a subtle, hard-to-detect blend of matchmaking and condescension. Ruyan, we've heard about what has been going on at your company lately. The buzz around Lu Zi is really impressive. He is young and talented, and he knows our family inside out. Just as the words were about to finish, a sharp sound suddenly echoed. Liu Ruyan abruptly set her chopsticks down. The sound of porcelain clashing was sharp and jarring. Suddenly, the noisy table went completely silent. He slowly lifted his gaze, his eyes as cold as ice. He surveyed the relatives around him. His words were unmistakably clear. His tone carried an undeniable conviction. The person next to me is someone I have believed to be genuine since childhood. After he spoke, he turned to look at me. In the midst of everyone's shocked and speechless stares, he softly took my hand. His palm felt a bit cool, but had a firm grip, as if he was giving me confidence. Then, his voice came again, with a hint of sarcasm. Regarding the rumors outside, anyone who believes them is a fool. The whole living room suddenly went completely silent. You could even hear a pin drop. I looked at him in a daze. My heart was racing, like it was about to burst out of my chest. My eyes suddenly welled up with tears. In the eye of the storm of public criticism and doubts about relatives, he did this in front of all the elders present. He gave me the most resolute affirmation. He shielded me behind him, while Lu Zi was getting ready to hold a board meeting with the minority shareholders. The night before the power struggle, suddenly, a video went viral online. It was published by Lin Wan on her alternate Weibo account, titled, "A Collection of Photos from the Past 10 Years." It unexpectedly set the internet ablaze. The video opens with a photo of me and Liu Ruyan at the age of 3 or 4. She wore a fluffy princess gown, like a proud little swan, and I was in open-crotch pants, my face covered in mud. I was closely trailing behind her, just like a devoted little bodyguard. Photos flicker by one after another, weaving together our entire youth. Back in elementary school, I used to help her carry a backpack that was bigger than me. She strutted ahead with her hands on her hips, full of pride. At the middle school sports day, he dashed across the finish line first. He quickly scanned the crowd for me. He passed me a bottle of water that had already been opened. She studied abroad during high school. In the screenshots from our video calls, his backdrop is a dormitory in a foreign land. My backdrop is that wall plastered with sticky notes. It's filled with the time difference between London and Beijing. His schedule includes reminders for himself not to call him while he's asleep. He returned home to start a business while in college. He established the Yuancheng Group. A blurry photo snapped without permission. He's driving that flashy, red sports car. Parked at my university entrance, the window rolled down. The sunglasses shielded most of his face. Yet, the corners of his lips held the warmest smile I'm so familiar with. Each photo clearly indicated the time and place, leaving no room for doubt. The background music is a soft and calming piano melody. I felt my eyes redden the moment I heard it. That was during my first year in college. I secretly composed a song for her because I missed him so much. I had never shared it with anyone. As the video concluded, a line of text gradually emerged on the dark screen. This song is titled, "Like Smoke." The comments are totally blowing up. The screen is flooded with wow. The screen is filled with childhood sweethearts. What kind of magical two-way pursuit is this? I am dying of laughter. It turns out the clown is Lu Zi. They've been in a relationship for over a decade. Who does he think he is? That sticky note just shattered my defenses. The young man's crush is really touching, so the idea of deliberately getting close is just a lie. The idea of commercial espionage is even more ridiculous. My heart aches for the young man who has been bullied online for such a long time. The tide of public opinion turned completely in just a few minutes. The rumor about commercial espionage, with 10 years of ironclad evidence, it falls apart by itself. No one would believe that someone would take over 10 years, starting from the age of wearing open-crotch pants to set things in motion. The identity of a corporate spy. I kept watching the video again and again. At last, tears began to fall uncontrollably. Those moments I've kept close to my heart. The little moments I thought only I remembered. It turns out he also has those etched deep within him, never to forget. My phone buzzed. It was a WeChat from Liu Ruyan, asking if I was asleep. My fingers trembled as I texted back, "Not yet." Before long, he sent another message. "That song is really beautiful. I've kept it saved all along." The following day, Yuansheng Group held an urgent press conference that was live-streamed online. Lu Zi and a few of his small shareholder partners sat leisurely in the front row, with expressions filled with determination to win. They believed this was Liu Ruyan's public apology event. They even got a press release ready beforehand to announce right after his apology that Lu Zi would take over Yuansheng to stabilize things. Liu Ruyan was wearing a sleek black suit with her long hair pulled back. He confidently strode onto the stage, radiating charisma. He kept his gaze away from everyone. He headed directly to the podium. His voice was icy, yet strong. Good afternoon. Everyone in the media, today's press conference focuses solely on one theme: the future. He didn't say a single word regarding the gossip about me. The audience gasped in surprise. The smug expression on Lu Zi's face also stiffened. A brief moment of surprise flickered. Right after that, the massive LED screen behind Liu Ruyan came to life. A grand and magnificent virtual world brimming with imaginative concepts displayed right before everyone. Delicate modeling, fluid dynamics, a cutting-edge framework of worldview. The reporters on site and the tens of millions watching online were completely blown away by this short demo that lasted just a few minutes. Applause and gasps of amazement echoed one after another. Just then, Liu Ruyan's voice resonated across the entire venue via the microphone, carrying a subtle hint of pride. Mr. Cheng's independently developed game, created over 3 years, is truly remarkable. The core technical framework will serve as a cornerstone for our Yuanxin Group. This is the most vital component of the Tianshu plan. Yuanxin will completely take over Mr. Cheng's independent studio. Once he said this, his gaze finally shifted to the audience below. Cutting through all the flashes, it landed squarely on me. His eyes concealed a warmth. He then turned to the camera, articulating each word with conviction. Liu Ruyan's man is essentially a gold mine. He doesn't need to plot against anything of mine. The entire venue went dead silent. In the next moment, there was an eruption of thunderous applause. Right after that, the screen switched images. To the left is the core code of the hit AI project from Liu's company. On the right is the patent code from a small Silicon Valley company. Red marks highlight sections of identical code. The undeniable evidence of plagiarism is irrefutable. At the same time, the screen showed that the Silicon Valley company had officially issued, along with the documents for the cross-border lawsuit, a lawyer's letter from the legal department of Yuanxin Group to Lu Zi about the malicious defamation that harms one's reputation. Liu Ruyan's voice echoed once more, sharp and icy. In response to Mr. Lu Zi's groundless accusations against me and my partner, my lawyer will have a detailed discussion with him. The market is a battlefield, but one must maintain integrity. Lu Zi in the audience looked as pale as a ghost. His phone in the pocket buzzed frantically. It is clear without thinking that it is a desperate call from the company. As soon as the evidence of plagiarism was unveiled, the company's stock price crashed. He dashed towards the limit down as if he were diving. I was sitting in the crowd beneath the stage. I watched him shine brilliantly on stage. Like a queen who had descended from the heavens, holding a sword, she cleared all the thorns and dirt away from me. Tears welled up in my eyes once more. The press conference has come to an end. He approached me, flanked by a crowd of bodyguards. In the sight of all the cameras, he halted in front of me and extended his hand. He wore a gentle smile at the corners of his mouth. Mr. Cheng, it has been a pleasure working together. The turmoil has completely calmed down. From being a despised softie, a business spy transformed into a hotshot game designer overnight. A business spy transformed into a hotshot game designer overnight. Numerous media outlets were eager to interview me. I turned them all down politely. I just want to quietly be with her, to compensate for the time we missed. Lu Zi's company was teetering on the brink of bankruptcy due to the combined impacts of a plagiarism scandal and a multinational lawsuit. Facing the double whammy of a plagiarism scandal and an international lawsuit, it eventually went bankrupt. My relationship with Liu Ruyan turned into the hottest topic online. Everyone was speculating about when we actually got together. That day, Lin Wanyue and I met at a cozy bar. She was dressed in a sharp business outfit, but she sat cross-legged, sipping her drink. She had a mischievous grin, as if she had some juicy gossip. He pulled out a familiar old phone from his bag. Just bring it right in front of me. The willow, like smoke, can still be turned on after being swapped out. Her WeChat is still logged in, so you can just check it yourself. I took the phone with a puzzled look. Sure enough, after logging in, it was Liu Ruyan's WeChat. I opened his moments. It was completely empty, not a single post. What's going on? I turned to Lin Wan. Lin Wan rolled her eyes at me. She looked at me like I was an idiot. Adjust the privacy settings so that no one can see it. I was confused, but went ahead and did it anyway. In that extensive, blocked list, I spotted my avatar in an instant. I removed him from the list. Lin Wan reminded me. My fingers shook as I clicked to remove him. After refreshing my moments, there was nothing in the next second. Several posts that were only visible to me flooded the screen like a tide. The timeline goes back 10 years. Each one is about me. The first one is about when he first moved in next door. That little brat downstairs got into another fight because of me. He had a swollen face and proudly declared he wanted to protect me, which was kind of cute. The picture shows a blurry corner of my balcony. I got a gift from Xiao Cheng today. It's a handmade, wobbly wooden airplane, but I like it a lot. The picture shows that wooden airplane. It is placed on her lace-covered princess bed. Lu Zi sent flowers again today. It is so annoying. I just want to go have spicy hot pot with Xiao Cheng at the corner. He looked so happy talking and laughing with a girl today. Has she got a crush on someone? I saw her pass a love letter to that girl. I won't be able to sleep tonight. Seeing this made my heart skip a beat. Memories flooded back in an instant. That was when I helped my deskmate deliver a love letter to the girl he liked. Back then, I was just busy running errands for my deskmate. He didn't bother to look back and see that he was right behind me. There was a hidden grievance in his eyes that I had never noticed. I kept scrolling down. The tears kept falling more and more. She is heading to university in B City. I secretly set Yuanxin's headquarters in B City. I went to her school to see her today. It seemed like she had grown taller again. When she spotted me talking to another guy, she looked unhappy. I really wish I could tell her that all my efforts are for. The most recent one was just a few days before the live event. Every line is filled with feelings of grievance and hope. When will he finally see me? And not just see a sister he needs to look up to. I look through them, one by one, from 10 years ago until yesterday. It feels like watching a long and magnificent one-man show. What I thought were one-sided efforts. It turns out he gave me a response at every step. The humble affection I've kept hidden deep inside. It turns out she too carefully cradled it in her palms. Lin Wan sighed as she looked at my teary eyes. Two fools. One who doesn't dare to speak and the other who doesn't dare to ask. The mystery has now been unveiled. What should I sincerely do next? You don't need me to teach you, do you? I held the phone that held 10 years worth of secrets. It felt like I was holding the most precious treasure in the world. I dashed home in a frenzy. When I pushed the door open, a wave of burnt odor hit me hard. Liu Ruyan is at my place. She is in my big white shirt. The hem just barely covers the tops of her thighs. Her long, straight legs shine white. He is worried about a pot of noodles that turned into mush. He is grumbling to himself about how hard it is. That is not what the instructions say. When he saw me come back, he looks like a kid who got in trouble. Feeling a bit awkward, I hid my hands behind my back. I noticed you haven't had anything to eat. I'd like to cook you a meal. I set my phone aside and walked over silently. I wrapped my arms around her from behind. He froze instantly. What's wrong? Are you being sincere? I leaned my chin on her tender shoulder, inhaling her familiar scent. My voice came out hoarse and unrecognizable. I could see his body tense up right before my eyes. In an instant, she realized what I meant. She began to struggle, her ears turning so red they could bleed. Lin Wan is just babbling. Don't buy into it. It's all my fault for not letting her finish. I spun her around and pinned her against the glass table. I locked eyes with her, seeing her panic. Do you still have that wooden airplane I gave you back then? She froze. Her struggles came to a halt. Her eyes reddened at an alarming rate. I don't want to give him any more chances to dodge this. I don't want to be the little brother anymore. I leaned down and kissed her passionately. Her lips felt soft like jelly. There was a hint of sweet strawberry flavor. She initially pushed back, but she quickly melted into my embrace. She responded to my kiss with equal passion. I've waited for 10 years. It was a powerful and overwhelming joy of reclaiming what was once lost, and the long-held feelings of love. We end up panting after a kiss. He buried his face in my chest. His voice was muffled and choked with tears. Seriously, you bastard. I chuckled and kissed the top of her head, saying I am the bastard. I've been a bastard for 10 years. Now, I don't want to be a bastard anymore. I held her face and looked at her seriously. Liu Ruyan, will you be my girlfriend? I woke up to warm sunlight the next morning. Liu Ruyan was snuggled up and sound asleep on my arm. Her long eyelashes resembled two little fans. They hung down quietly, lacking her usual queenly presence. She looked so adorable in her sleep, just like a child. I quietly took out my phone and snapped this moment. Then I scrolled through my album and found a picture from last night. In the kitchen, she wore my white shirt. She clumsily tiptoed up to kiss my cheek. I sent the picture to him. Is there an official announcement? Manager Liu almost replied instantly, listening to you. President Chung made me laugh. It took me a decade to transition from Xiao Chung to President Chung. At 10 o'clock sharp this morning, the official Weibo of Far Star Group synchronized an update with my personal Weibo account. The accompanying picture was that photo of us kissing in the kitchen. You can clearly see the pot of burnt noodles in the background. My caption was quite simple. My queen, Ash, Liu Ruyan, from Far Star Group. The post from the Yuansheng Group's official WeChat account is just too cheeky. Here is our boss lady, and this is Boss Ash's heartfelt gesture. Along with it is my game studio. This is the official document of Yuansheng's full acquisition. After a brief silence, the comment section went wild. Ah, the couple I support is really set in stone. Someone get the Civil Affairs Bureau over here. What if I were to take in my queen? Our boss lady's writing is so divine. It is sweet enough to kill me, going from being hated online to being blessed by everyone. This is the right way to showcase the dynamic between the strong heroine and her little wolf dog. Cheers come from wine. So when are we getting married? I've already prepared the wedding gift money. I gazed at a sea of well wishes. I turned my head and kissed the person next to me who was still lounging in bed. He opened his eyes sleepily. His voice was hoarse from just waking up. What are you looking at? Look at my queen. She smiled and leaned in to give me a kiss. Good morning, my treasure. It was a beautifully sunny day. Lu Zi's downfall was quicker than anyone could have imagined. The plagiarism scandal was the tipping point. His partners in the company all pulled out. The funding chain collapsed overnight. The small Silicon Valley company's international lawsuit. In the end, Lu Zi lost the case. He was hit with a huge compensation bill. Soon after, his company had to declare bankruptcy. Once hailed as the tech prodigy, alongside Liu Ruyan in the business world, totally turned into a laughingstock. The media couldn't even be bothered to report on it anymore. The last time she met her was during a dinner at a tech summit held in City B, representing the Far Star Group and the Rising Studio. We became the center of everyone's attention. When the dinner was about halfway through, a drunken man who reeked of booze suddenly rushed over, trying to grab Liu Ruyan's wrist. It was Lu Zi. Her eyes were bloodshot, and she looked manic. The former brilliance is gone for good. Why? Liu Ruyan. Her desperate scream. Why did you pick her over me? What makes me less than him? I didn't wait for him to touch Liu Ruyan. I grabbed her wrist. First, I shoved her completely behind me, looking down at her from above, because all along, you were never in her eyes. Though my voice isn't loud, it carries a chilling coldness. There was never any in the past, none now, and there will never be. I looked at her as she helplessly collapsed to the ground. There was a warning look in her eyes. Just don't let me catch you near her again. With that, I gripped Liu Ruyan's hand tighter. I turned away and walked off without a glance back. I could hear Lu Zi's desperate sobbing behind me, along with the disdainful gazes from those around. In response, Liu Ruyan tightened her grip on my hand. I softly say, "Thank you," with sincerity. I paused and turned to look back. What nonsense did he say? It is my instinct to protect you. Once our relationship was out in the open, we started dating openly. Financial reporters can no longer catch a glimpse of her. The icy, serious female CEO. Now, it is someone who would argue with me over a sweet potato at a street stall. She would argue with me, flushed with excitement, over a roasted sweet potato. It is someone who would lean on my shoulder while watching indie films at the cinema. Liu Ruyan, who is sleeping so deeply that she is on the verge of drooling. She will be there silently by my side, while I pull an all-nighter fixing bugs. Make me a bowl of noodles that, while still looking unappealing, is at least edible. Bottom, Liu Yan. My game Shenqi officially launched its open beta less than an hour ago. The server crashed 3 times because too many players flooded in. In the game, there is a player named Xiaoliu, a sincere paladin. With a terrifying rate of spending, he claimed the top spot on all server rankings on the first day. He took the top spot on all the server leaderboards. The gear was so flashy that all players exclaimed that a wealthy player had arrived. Everyone on the gaming forum is guessing the real identity of this wealthy player. It wasn't until Lin Wan shared a screenshot on Weibo. The screenshot reveals Liu Ruyan's office desktop. The screen displays the game interface of Shen Qi. That shimmering paladin is just idling in the main city. Lin Wan's caption reads that a certain President Liu is slacking off playing games at work. With undeniable evidence, he tagged the Yuanxing group. Liu Ruyan's fans went wild again. President Liu is using her power for personal gain to boost her husband's game ranking. This is more than just playing games. This is obviously him bragging about the game my boyfriend developed. I have to be #1 on the leaderboard. I couldn't help but send her a DM in the game, half laughing, half exasperated. Liu, go easy on them and give other players a fighting chance. There's no way he can reply instantly. After all, I have to be #1 in the game my boyfriend made. Babe. Every time we interact on social media, always spark a wave of a craze for head pats and sugar overload. I've picked up cooking more tasty dishes, and my skills have leveled up big time, and he's finally able to make a bowl without burning it. Delicious, tomato, and egg noodles. We've transformed each other into better versions of ourselves. Life has been sweetened with honey for a year now. My game is truly amazing. I won the top International Game Design Award. The Joystick Award ceremony took place in London. I took the stage as the producer to accept the award. Liu Ruoyan and Lin Wan were sitting in the front row, cheering for me. Liu Ruoyan's eyes were shining brightly, even more dazzling than the spotlight on stage. I gave my acceptance speech in fluent English. I expressed my gratitude to my team. I expressed my thanks to all the players who supported Shenqi. At the end of my speech, I shifted my focus. I switched to speaking Chinese. In the end, I want to thank one person. I scanned the entire venue with my gaze. It settled steadily on Liu Ruoyan. She is my entire inspiration and motivation for creating this world. She is the beginning of my dreams and the ending of my life. In front of the whole audience and the global live stream, I pulled a velvet box from my suit pocket. I stepped down from the stage and knelt before her. Miss Liu Ruoyan, 10 years ago my greatest wish was to always follow you as your little sidekick. But now, I am feeling greedy. I want you to stand by my side openly for the rest of our lives. I opened the box to reveal a sparkling diamond ring inside. Will you be my wife? The audience erupted in a tsunami of cheers and screams. Lin Wan was beside me, bursting into tears and laughter out of excitement. Liu Ruoyan gently lifted her skirt and stood up slowly. Tears streaked down her exquisite makeup, but she smiled brighter than ever before. She nodded emphatically and stretched out her hand towards me, saying, I do. She choked out, it is sincere. I had waited far too long to hear those words. I slid that one-of-a-kind ring onto her finger. I rose to my feet, surrounded by the blessings of everyone. I embraced and kissed my queen. Our story started with an unexpected live stream disaster.